Hey, hi, hello everybody. How's it going? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. Me, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. And that's because we finally got some drama coming across this desk. It's been pretty dry. It's been pretty barren out there in the old drama wastelands. But today, there's a little bit of juice to squeeze from that drama orange. But before we do, I'm gonna introduce myself real quick. I am Dan Frampton, all one word, the O's a zero. I am the internet's most ruthless gatekeeper. I'm a very serious man, and you better not forget it. And today, I'm here to hold some feet to the fire because some artists are out here being particularly strange because they're stealing from other artists. We got some plagiarism to go through. I know, the most exciting topic in the history of drama, plagiarism. I know your English teacher in grade 10 told you the perils of plagiarism, but you really shouldn't be doing it out here in the marketplace when you're getting those doubloons, those monies from the people, right? So what am I even talking about? I'm talking about this situation over here featuring the band, the Callous Daoboys. They're one of these bands that are currently out there putting out new music, touring, making towns, that kind of thing. You know how it goes. But the other band in this situation, I have no idea about. Apparently, he's called Kim Dracula. I have no idea what this Kim Dracula situation is all about. If you're a fan of Kim Dracula, let me know down there in the comments. Be like, Kim Dracula is so sick. I saw him in my town and he played all sorts of sweet songs and he's really heavy and stuff like that. But anyway, apparently right now, today on the timeline, Kim Dracula is being accused of some nefarious behavior. Kim Dracula is stealing from the Callous Daoboys, but not stealing a lyric, not stealing a line, not stealing any of that. Stealing wholesale a breakdown. Now, I've already listened to this. I've already glanced through these clips or whatever. So I'm just gonna break it down what I think right away. Then we'll go into it and then maybe come back and debrief a little bit after that. So Kim Dracula's breakdown, it's a little bit heavy, it's a little bit fast. There's chunky low notes mixed with really squealy high notes. Dun dun, wee wee, dun dun, wee wee, that kind of thing. And then the Dallas Cowboys one, apparently the original version of this, it's pretty much the same breakdown, just a whole lot slower, perhaps in a different key. I don't know, I don't have perfect pitch. So to the untrained ear, if you're just taking the timbre of the tones, then yeah, they don't really sound exactly the same. But one kind of does sound like a faster version of the other. So I figured what we can do here together is we can listen to them both at the regular speeds, and then I'll listen to them at adjusted speeds. I know it's not going to be a perfect kind of example, but we'll be able to see, do we think that Kim Dracula is stealing from Callous Daoboys, or is Callous Daoboys overreaching with this accusation of theft? Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? That's what we're about to find out over here. So for this, we're gonna go over to the Callous Daoboys Twitter account over here where they posted the comparison. First, they showed Kim Dracula's version of this song. Now I gotta try to avoid copyright. I might have to skip around this a little bit, but you'll still be able to understand the idea. Roll it. All right, so you hear it, that kind of thing. And then anyway, we skip a little bit further here. We go to the Callous Daoboys version of apparently the same riff and roll it. So it does kind of sound like the same thing, but just a little bit slower. I know my vocalization of it isn't really helping. That is merely for entertainment purposes only. So for the next time, we're gonna listen to the Kim Dracula version and then a sped up version of the original, just to get an idea. Roll it. Now let's speed this up to, I don't know, a 1.5 times speed. I know it's not gonna be perfect. I haven't tested this out yet. Okay, yeah, Dude, it's the same riff. That's the same riff. That's theft. That is blatant. That is as apparent as you could get. All right. Well, I had no idea who this Kid Dracula was. Is that his name? What's his name again? Kim Dracula. Kid Dracula is a way better name. But it looks like he stole his name from Bram Stoker. So he stole his name from Bram Stoker, and he stole his riff from the Callous Daoboys. Interesting. Well, I had no idea who this Kim Dracula was, and this is apparently who Kim Dracula is. So we're gonna get into the fan response. We're gonna get into who Kim Dracula is here in just a little bit, but you're gonna need to like this video right now and comment what you think of those riffs down there immediately and the egregiousness of stealing that riff. I'm so glad I had the genius idea of speeding up the Callous Daoboys version of it, just to see them back to back like that and to understand that they're the same. But before we move on and talk about this, I'm going to introduce you to my comic books, moshman.bigcartel.com, and you could get any one of these comic books that I have printed out right now. Or you could go to my blog and read the first 2 issues completely for free before you make that financial investment in my comic books. So keep the lights on in Casa Frampton over here. I would really appreciate it, and I'll get these comic books out to you as fast as possible. Okay, so let's go into the fan reaction to this sort of thing over here. Hey, can we share the same breakdown? Let's store together. And then some people are actually being like, well, you guys are actually biting Dillinger and Botch. And I'm like, okay, well, fair enough, whatever. But I mean, you just listen to both of those riffs back to back, right? Well, I don't know if you had the genius idea of the Ruthless Gatekeeper to speed up the slowed down version to kind of get a better idea. Those 2 things were the same riff, my friend. You just gotta speed it up. People weren't really excited about having to listen to that Kim Dracula song. Why did you make me listen to that Kim Dracula song? And then other people are like, they sound nothing alike. They sound nothing alike because they're at different speeds and in potentially different keys, okay? When you actually listen to them at the same speed, you can tell that that's the same kind of idea. But now, who is this Kim Dracula person? I don't know if I really fuck with their vibe. The people who I'm suggested to follow after looking at this picture are the following: TX2, Lorna Shore, and Pussifier. So if that's anything to go by, I don't think I'm going to be enjoying your artistic output, Kim Dracula. But to be fair, this picture is from 2025, almost a year ago, you know? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I like this promo picture over here with the snake and kind of like this, I don't know, decaying kind of face going on over here. This is some forced horror, and I think that that's very cringe. Not a fan. Not a fan of that at all. And apparently, not a lot going on over here on his Twitter account or their Twitter account or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. But October of 2025, and then nothing else. Not even promoting this song that's being torn apart by the Callous Daoboys. Not responding to it. Just kind of staying in your own lane, doing your own thing. So I'm thinking, in order to know what you're doing, you're probably on Instagram, right? Kim Drac on Instagram. All right. Well, you got this kind of like androgynous thing going on. That's fine. But it's like this fake forced horror thing that I'm having a problem with. And what are you doing over here, bro? You're biting like no one's else bitten before. Are you literally doing Gerrard Way cosplay, or is this what you're doing in earnest? Because this is a Gerrard Way look. What are you doing? What are you absolutely doing? Bro, this is Gerrard Way. What are you doing? I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time with Kid Dracula's aesthetic, okay? Not exactly a fan. This guy's a biter and a half. This guy can't help but steal. Stole his name, stole his look, and stole his sound from the Callous Daoboys. There is nothing original about this artist. There's absolutely nothing going on over here worth your time, okay? And I'm seeing a lot of people that I following this person over here. I'm not sure if you should continue to do that. I'm not sure at all. But maybe Kim Dracula has other songs out there that are good. Maybe not everything that they do is a total bite, a total steal, a total swipe. Now, I have no problem with paying homage to the things that you love. Hell, Every single one of my comic book covers is an homage to somebody that inspired me. But it's done as an homage. It's done to evoke those other things. And Jack Kirby's thing isn't a thing that I'm trying to adopt onto my entire self. I'm not trying to absorb Jack Kirby and be a skinwalker for him the way that this person over here is seemingly doing that for Gerrard Way circa 2012 or whatever. I'm not sure when Gerrard Way had the blonde hair. It was definitely a thing. It was an era. If Kim Dracula leans more into this look over here, I'm totally fine with that. I like how angular it is. But maybe I'm giving it too much grace right away, because the first thing that someone says is, okay, Sia, I see you. And true, the hair is very Sia. You're right. Touche. Even though I thought this was a good look for this person, you're right. It is a bite. It is another swipe. It is another steal. All right. Okay. All right. We know what we're dealing with over here. I have comic books. Gerrard Way has comic books. Go listen to some My Chemical Romance. Brush up on your Umbrella Academy. But we saw enough plagiarism in this video to make James Somerton blush. But that's what I have to say. I want to know what you have to say. Hit like, press subscribe, ring the bell, send me those hype points, and comment down below what you think of this entire situation. Okay, that's it. Goodbye, see you later, have a good one.